Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. And who am I with as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 230. Hey, it's the last call. R.I.P. Lady G. Rest in peace, motherfucker. And for if y'all don't know, Joseph gave Lindsey Graham, former senator of South Carolina, the nickname Lady G.
No, I did not. I did
Other
not
people
give
call him
him-
that?
Yes, that's what people. That's like his. That
Drag
was.
name?
It was. Yeah, it was like a shitty nickname. So it is a shitty nickname. But that's what they would be supposedly.
Is Lady G a shitty nickname?
Well, yeah. Well,
Rapper?
well, I mean, in regards to Lindsey Graham, yes, there was always rumors. I mean, we'll get into it. We'll talk Lindsey Graham. That's our first topic.
Senator from South Carolina for 25 years, dead after his trip to Ukraine.
Where he visited a drone factory, and then that same drone factory was bombed hours later.
Facts.
But like I said, we'll get into it. What we can talk about is the fact that is Mitch McConnell alive or dead? I'm very curious. Like I'm not sure. Then there's a picture. Everyone says it's AI, but it might not be. He looks way too happy. It's weird. Mitch
Excuse
McConnell.
me, when did everybody forget? When did everybody forget that Photoshop exists? It's like, why does it have to just be AI? Like sometimes, like AI is not gonna get like you that type
Better
of photo?
the amount of
That
natural
type of photo.
the amount of endangered animals that are being pushed out of their living habitats, natural resources we're wasting for these data centers. AI better trick the fuck out of me, bro. It better be
What's good though is AI
Ready
will
Player
figure out
One shit. Like I better.
AI will figure out how to to bring him back. So don't even worry about it. It's temporary.
I'm just saying.
What do you think about this? So we're in the simulation, right?
Okay.
And basically, so basically, the multiverse would basically be like we create a simulation, and that becomes its own universe, and then it gets smart enough, and it creates a simulation, and that becomes and that's like how it goes. So it seems like we're in a simulation. I think like the odds would be 8 trillion to 1 that we are, except for if you think about it like this. If we are in this sequence, that means that either we are the newest generation of universes, and we're the ones who haven't figured out how to create the simulation yet, right?
Okay.
Or we're the last. Or I mean, we're the first. We're the first ever.
This is
And
the
so
beginning.
So that's the only way it could be, right? If it's simulations, right? Because we don't know how to do it yet. Like we're on our way. So it's either that it's never been done before. We're going to be the first ones to do it, and then we're off to the races, and we're the only real ones from here on out. Or that means that we are the newest generation.
Well, but are we real ones? If we're a part of someone else's simulation, then we're not.
No, we're not. We're the beginning. We're the genesis. We're the beginning because we haven't figured out how to make the simulation yet.
Okay.
It has to be either one or the other, right?
Or we're the last.
Yeah. So it went from
Or we're the newest to figure.
Right.
We're
So
the
it
newest,
went from 8 trillion to 1.
But then if we're the newest, we'd be frozen.
Then went from 8 trillion to 1 to 2 to 8 trillion, or 1 to 4 trillionth power. It's because like what are the odds we're the first or the last out of that many? You know.
It's deep, bro.
Thank you. Shout out Neil deGrasse Tyson.
It's that Cali sand. Maybe.
Yeah. But then and I went on some deep dives on some simulation and all sorts of stuff about like gods, like, or like the different entities that are like controlling the universe, and like basically like they just have jobs to do, and like and they can just like manipulate the universe, like, and basically like the universe is like a machine, and then they're there to like, if things get off, like tinker with it like a little bit, and um wild shit, dude. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting. How are you? How's life?
I am good. Just today was pretty crazy. I woke up with like crazy like anxiety like in my body, but then also my dog had like a cut on her face. I just picked her up yesterday.
Okay.
And it was like from Saturday, but it was bleeding, and then didn't know if I should take her to the doctor, to the vet. Then I did. It turned out it was like a spider bite or insectoid bite. I'm calling it a spider bite. It's not really. Do you know?
If
Do
you
you know
were
of
in
any
my backyard, it could
insectoids
be anything. I got all sorts of insectoids back there, dog. So
that would look like your dog got like shanked
I
in a
w-
prison?
yeah, there is that tarantula hawk in my front yard.
Right, right. I get that,
I got
but
all
like,
sorts of creepy shit back there. Yeah.
what I actually think happened was like if the spider, okay, this spider bite theory is true, asked the vet like 3 or 4 different ways, and because like he might have had an accent, but he was also like I was like holding her to like make her comfortable, so I wasn't getting like a good look on how good of a look he was getting. I was just getting commentary. I was just worried there's might be something stuck in there because you could see the cut on the upper lip, but then like her bottom jowl on the same side was like super swollen. So I'm like, well, why are they both like that? But anyways, spider bite, insectoid bite, still swollen for 4 days, and then I guess then she scratches it, and then it started bleeding. You know, if this is all true. So then some like super, yeah, like I was telling Joseph off camera, like some 16-year-old nurse walks in to give her like 2 shots, like an anti-inflammatory antibiotics. I mean, I'm just getting old, and she's probably like 22 or like whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as soon as it was done, she's like, okay, you go to the front desk, and like and then they'll check you out, and like you get you the antibiotics you need to take home, and blah blah blah. I walk out to the front desk, and the torta at the front desk, I was like,
The
she's she's like,
torta.
how'd it go?
That's terrible.
I was like, she was like, hey fool, how'd it go? And then I said, I was like,
I've been doing that. I need to get back on that. That was a good
I was like,
phase.
they say it's a spider bite. She goes, really? She goes, doesn't look like a spider bite.
That don't look like a spider bite to me, dog. That don't look like no spider bite, dog. What type of
Yeah.
spider is that?
And then she just
Spider
picked up
Man,
and then
maybe.
she just picked up the phone, and then like as I thought we were still in the conversation, and I go, I know, and it's like swollen for 4 days, and then she's like waves me off because she's on the phone, and I was like, I got this like anxiety, like I asked the fucking doctor like 4 different times if he was sure, because like that sounds crazy. That's not what this looks like. Like, I mean, it was just like seems weird, and then it was like just antibiotics, anti-inflammatory. It's like, I was sure. And then $27 wipes that are just gauze, like, so like wet gauze that are rolled up into balls into like plastic baggies that are unmarked. Haven't opened it yet. Supposed to wait till
$27.
yeah.
You want them special wipes?
Well,
Yeah,
I asked.
$27.
I saw, yeah, because they were on the
Motherfucker.
itemized list. Yeah, the itemized list before agreed to anything. And so I'm just looking at it, and like he told me she was getting a 1 shot. When the girl comes up with the list, it's 2 shots now, because I agreed to the first shot too quickly. He's like, he probably did too.
He'll do
Uh,
two. That bitch will do two. Give him
I
two
could already
shots.
I could already tell that was what was happening. So then I was like, and then they had the wipes on there, $27 at the bottom, and I'm like, what are these? And then like it's that like the super young girl, and she's like, uh just like getting real nervous. Like I'm signing this. I'm gonna pay it. But she doesn't know that. And like she doesn't know if I'm gonna like be arguing. It's not like they've done any of it yet.
Yeah.
But I just want to know like and then she explains like like what they are. And so I'm thinking like these are like medical grade, whatever the fuck. And then so I sign it, whatever. And then it takes like quite a while, like just to wait to get everything. And then she's the one who brings it out, like in like a bag you get from like a dentist at the end, like with all like the new shit, But inside of
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was like
Toothbrush.
was like her pills. Um, and then just like like telling you, dude, like one brown rolled up ball that was like sopping wet in a plastic baggie inside of the plastic baggie, and then a white one. And she's like, and then these are the wipes. And then she's like, you wipe this one on first, and then this one. And I'm like, oh, what? And then I'm like, and then what? You just keep using the same ones? And then she's like, and I realize she's like, it's like gauze, and it's like all like rolled on top of each other. She like peel it off. I don't know. I mean, hopefully it works.
Oh, dude, you got hustled, dude. You got bootlegged hard.
Well, I knew that like they were going to try to hustle me. I just wanted uh to leave feeling like that, like the problem was diagnosed and solved. Oh, then I asked him like re- at the end, like before he left the vet. So like, what do you think, like cone situation? Because it's like on her mouth and she's been like scratching it. And he's like, oh, and I could just see in his mind that like he was never gonna recommend the cone. He can charge for a cone. I'm asking for. He's like, yeah, definitely cone. Like he's like talking to
He's
himself
like,
into it, and then I just
you
stop
gotta
him right
cone
there.
that bitch.
I already saw that come. I saw that shit coming. And I literally cut him off in the middle of the sentence before he like told me that he was like ready to hit me with like, we'll put that on the. And I go, cool. I got one in the car. He's like, oh, you already got a cone? I go, yeah, I got a cone.
Yeah, I feel like vets have got to realize that the cone hustle is done. Like other people have, you could buy that shit on Amazon. You can buy all different types of cones, so they can't really stick us with the cone. Most people, if you have a dog, you have a cone, or you go
Right.
get one by your own means because they'll be like, yeah, and that's $80. You're like, what the fuck, $80? I got some poster board at home and a belt. I'll make a cone. What are we talking about?
Right. Um, yeah, so just like under 300, I got out of there with
Okay.
61 for the exam. But I do have pet insurance. Only thing is like you pay up front and then you send them and then they reimburse, and our deductible is 250. So this will basically like be like the deductible, and then rest of her hopefully very few limited vet visits for the rest of the year will be free. But like one time she like had to get stitches and that was like $1,000 covered it. Like and it covers it up to 90% after the deductible. So it could be whatever the fuck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Already, bro.
Y'all. Therapy questions. Therapy question number 1. Tomorrow, every animal gains human intelligence. Which species starts the first war?
What was the last? Oh, it was which animal wins the Olympics?
Most goals at the Olympics.
Starts the first war?
Who fucks popping off quickest?
I mean, it's got to be either like big cats, every animal that includes insectoids. Because that'd be terrifying. Human intelligent ants,
Right. I'm not saying that
praying mantises.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't start wars, these motherfucks. I'm trying to say is who
Probably
is it?
birds. Birds. I think birds would start the first. They aerial assault. They have the advantage. We hunt them. We murk them. We go talk about how they're not real. So if they were and they got human intelligence, they'd be like, y'all been talking shit about us for forever, saying we're full of diseases and shit, and they outnumber us like crazy. I mean, maybe not outnumber us, but some birds would fuck us up if they all banded together. Those would be dark skies, bro.
Flock together.
Yeah. They unite. You got eagles,
You know, I'm,
hawks, falcons, ostrich. Nah, fucking. I don't know.
I'll
No.
tell you. I'll tell you who. I'll tell you who. It's it one or two. One or two. Bees. Because it's existential for them, dude.
What insectoids? But yeah, bees maybe. Yeah.
Because yeah, they're dying. Like they're already getting killed. They need to change up. You know,
Flip
they
the
need
script.
to flip the script. Similarly, polar bears.
Well,
Polar bears. This is a territory.
but they would go to war in their area, but they're not gonna like expand out. They're not taking over the planet.
No,
Bears as a whole, those could.
no. Polar bears are like hit like how Ukraine's hitting oil refineries and shit. They're hitting oil refineries, but for different reasons. They're blocking the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, who would have thought that Donald Trump would have been the greatest accelerator of green energy of any president ever, because he got the Strait of Hormuz blocked and everybody's like, fuck, we should probably do green energy so we don't have to rely on shipping fucking dinosaur fossil fuels from fucking the what is it called, the crescent of life, like, halfway across the world, so that we can add to fucking climate change.
No.
Yeah. Telling you, dude, green energy, decade ahead of where it would have been had we not gotten a war with Iran. Not yet, but it like
So bees or polar bears?
I'm just trying to think of who's threatened.
I'd say birds for sure, and there's a lot of different types of birds. Birds are dude, we fuck with birds all the time. You could get a ticket now. Now you could get arrested for feeding a seagull Altoids and having it die. People used to do that wild shit
Why an Altoid?
because they don't like burp, so it's like or not an Altoid, it's an Alka-Seltzer. That's what it is, an Alka-Seltzer. It's fucked up. People used to do that shit. Now if you get caught doing that, you can get arrested.
For the record, Joseph is wearing a shirt that has a word on it that is a bird.
Eggles. But yeah, birds for sure. Birds would fuck us up.
I'm not saying who's winning the war. I'm trying to say who's starting the war.
They would start
dude.
one too. They'd be like, "That's it, we're done." The quail would be like, "Yeah, fuck this. It ain't my fault. I can't fly that far or that fast." But they just hunt me all the time.
Not national bird. I mean, not national bird. State bird of California, quail. Better not be hunting them.
They come down to Texas and tell me that.
I'll come down to Texas. You know what I'm going to do with it? Mess with it.
You better not. You son of a bitch.
Swear to God.
You son of a bitch.
I'm going to mess with Texas.
We tell you explicitly, don't mess with Texas when you come here, man. Come on now. Don't LA my Dallas.
Dude, I might go down to Texas for like, maybe like a 6-week period and just become like a bounty hunter on some women trying to get abortions and just get the bag.
Jesus Christ. Greg Abbott would give you like the Medal of Freedom or some shit. Or he would,
as if he already hasn't.
He would, but you're from California, so he can't. Morally, I can't give it.
He loves the convert California to Texas. What do you mean? Like that's like we get treated like fucking like rich people like in Thailand, like Californians in Texas, dude.
Like rich people in Thailand.
Because that's their fuck you to liberals. So it's like, what Californians in Texas are like? They're like what's his name? Edward Snowden in Russia, made man.
Yeah.
Edward Snowden, is like just as protected as Putin, because like he wants that is a fuck you to the United States, but also a symbol to everybody who wants to do the same thing. Hey,
come on, tell us everything.
Come on, you be making snowmen in Moscow, homie. With the happy bee. Uh, there's question number 2. Every human disappears except one profession. Which profession rebuilds civilization the fastest?
It'd have to be some sort of like mechanical engineer or something to that effect. It'd be the engineers. For sure.
You sound like a motherfucking tech oligarch. You sound like
No,
Peter
not like a
fucking Thiel.
computer engineer. It would be like the people who could
No,
build
Peter Thiel.
shelters, understand like how the weight distribution works, what it would take. They're just like very logistical, smart
I
people.
forget what these fucking assholes call it, like, but that's what they want to do. They want to get rid of democracy, and they think that the government should be run by engineers and set up like a corporation where it's like, yeah,
What was it?
like
Rebuild society, like we're living in mud huts. Somebody, I'd be like, yeah, let's listen to that guy. He's an engineer. He's like, we're gonna build, we're gonna get us out of the
hey,
mud
I'm not
hut.
saying engineer bad decision. I'm just letting you know that, like, the people who agree with you, I wouldn't want to hang out with.
We're talking about rebuild, not lead for forever. They're just gonna help us rebuild, and then we'll
No,
figure it out.
they want to completely rebuild the United
Well,
States, and
well,
in the
that's
form of like
now. This is a hypothetical scenario
no,
where
there's this there's this
where
hypothetical
society
too.
has collapsed and we are there is every human disappears except one profession. The engineers as a whole would probably figure it out pretty quickly on what they needed to do. And their skill sets would complement each other. Hey, we need to build some sort of water irrigation. Those people would they could figure that shit out. I like their chances. I'm like, just saying, they're just how they're built, and that's also because like my dad's a chemical engineer, so it's like I've just seen the thought process. Maybe that's just old school, but they're just like their approach to things.
My dad's an engineer too. Was on the engineering board at the Cal State University Northridge. I am not saying that that's a bad choice.
What's your profession then?
Oh,
Beat that bitch.
I'm about to beat that bitch. Don't clip that. Uh, um, what about motherfucking philosopher?
No, he's just gonna be like, I have an idea of what society should be. A philosopher? Yeah. No, get out of here.
What are you talking about? So without like Socrates and Aristotle and shit, you think they're building like
I didn't see those
the Greek
homies.
society?
I don't.
You think they building those engineers are getting even like a thought goes through their brain about building societies without a man like Socrates dropping some big ass ideas on them?
But he wouldn't be able to show them how to build it.
He'd inspire them.
That's get out of here. It's terrible. Everybody just be hanging out, hitting the vapor in the caves.
He would create the structure of government or society that would then be able to figure shit out like that. Structure it. You need
Yeah, but so it'd just be a bunch
peace and
but it's all
cooperation.
every profession, so only one profession. So it'd just be a bunch of philosophers standing around inspiring each other to go work. No, that sounds like a night. They would all starve to death.
Okay, well, I mean, it was a trick question. Obviously, the answer is carpenter because that's what Jesus was. And now, like and subscribe
Make
if
sure y'all
you
smash
believe in Christ, our Lord,
smash that like button.
and buy Christ coin available on the Solana blockchain.
What's it worth now?
I haven't looked in a minute, but still a couple G's. Like market cap. I don't know how that happened.
Okay.
I got like 4 million coins.
You have 4 million Christ coins.
In case y'all were thinking if I was gonna rug pull you, the answer is yes. Because Jesus would have rug pulled you too. You know why? Because rich people don't go to heaven. That's in the Bible. rich people have a better chance of going of a camel going through the head of a pin of a needle, something like that.
It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich
A
man
rich man
to
to
enter
enter
heaven.
heaven. That's right.
Oh.
That's why I just make it rain on St. Peter at the motherfucking gates. It's like we're all rich now.
Oh, there's so much sauce. Please
Yeah,
enter.
why you got golden gates if you like just hating on the rich? You're like out here looking like Trump's ballroom, like.
Good point.
And what is frankincense and myrrh? I know what frankincense is now, but what's myrrh? Keep on asking the pharmacist. They got frankincense.
I
Nobody
thought
knows.
Murr was that guy Murray from Impractical Jokers.
Well, that's
Could be the
therapy
same
question.
thing. Could be the same thing. I bring you frankincense and Murray from Impractical Jokers from the future.
And for the record, the Virgin Mother was 12 or 13 years old when God impregnated her. Okay. Therapy question number 3. If one state had to fight the other 49, who survives the longest?
One state had to fight the other. See, I don't think Texas would do that bad. It's big and vast. It's a big space to cover, so it'd be hard to conquer it just because it's a lot of space. But I think California would actually hold up pretty good because it's there's so many people and it's so long, and it'd be basically one big fight on one front. Texas.
Not one front. We got deserts. You have to cross mountains.
No, but I just mean like one
we got
front
an
line.
ocean border.
You could have like one front line across the state. Besides, like down in the Baja and up north, you would be able to just kind of like run them along the whole state border because it's so long. It's like, and you got coast on your backside. So, the land in one direction, coast in the other. I think California would actually not hold up that bad.
I mean, it's exactly what I thought. But then I'm like, well, I live in California in my Homer, and it's like, nah, for sure California wins that. And in case you didn't hear about Dr. Dre, he's like, well, you think I got guns now? You think I sold them all? Come on, man.
Like Texas would be a pain in the ass,
California,
but you would lose parts of Texas over time because it's just so big and vast. So you would give up. Like if they took Amarillo, you would have Amarillo to fucking Wichita Falls, and that's like a 4.5 hour drive. It's miserable. So it's so big and vast that could make it difficult to defend Texas.
Well, I go swoop the Alamo first, just for fun, just to make a point.
Colorado would be a bitch too. But see, any of the states that are like really centrally located, you're surrounded on all sides. That sounds lame because it's all 49 versus you. So that sounds
it's
lame.
like, I mean, Alaska has the terrain, but I don't know if like what the population is like, if they're gonna be,
Yeah,
we're sending because we got some motherfucking dudes from Montana and Minnesota and Michigan that fuck with the cold too. That we can bring in.
Yeah, I feel like you got to be one of those. You got to be like a coastal edge state for it to be even kind of practical.
I mean, Florida wild card.
Florida, I think Florida's too small. Like you could just overwhelm Florida. It's like the opposite of California because they just bottleneck. If California is super long and that's why it'd be difficult to take, it'd be easy to take because it's so small. All 49 states would just like rush the border.
But Florida's a peninsula, so you can get off you can have water on 3 sides, and you could swoop down into Panama
True,
Canal,
but
and
California would be better because there's only really like 2 states that would be even it would even be practical for them to try to get at you from the water. Otherwise, they'd have to go all the way around one direction, or they'd have to go through like the Panama Canal
Shout out Harry Styles.
to get over to then attack from the south because it's Mexico. So there's no point. Like it'd be a
We're
waste
talking
of
about
time.
Hawaii and Alaska.
Hawaii would, yeah, or even with Alaska or California.
No, I'm saying who would be the ones to attack California from water?
Oh, what? Washington,
Oregon, Washington.
Oregon and Washington. And they'd be like, "Hey man, we're gonna like shoot this hemp butter like on the beach, and you should use it, dude. It's tight."
Why
I'm from
are they
Eugene.
more
I'm
stony?
from
Why are they more stony than
Eugene,
California?
man. I don't know. They just are.
No, they're not.
This is
Fucking
the
posers, dude.
Stony reconnaissance team, and they're out there.
Dude, that's trickle.
I love
trickle up.
Venice Beach.
That's trickle up. Trickle up chronics. Came from California.
Trickle down chronotics.
Trickled up. Chronics up into Washington, Oregon.
You gotta be careful walking around saying that. I'm feeling real trickled up today. People be like, "What the fuck, bro?"
I'm just trying to say you got trickled it up.
You got
up
me
there,
trickled up today, bro.
Oh, trickle up, trickle down. Oh man. Some would say trickle monster. That one's an
That sounds
inside joke
even
for
worse. I'm feeling like a trickle monster today. Nah, bro.
That was for the audience.
That ain't it.
Every elevator. Okay, final therapy question. Every elevator now has one random button. What does it do?
See, I would think like the end of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the beginning of Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. When they press that button on the elevator, it takes off like a fucking rocket ship, and then they just go fly. And in the book, they go to outer space. Some shit like that.
All right,
Just like takeoff. So like you're like, I don't feel like driving today, and if you get it and it's there, you could be like, bah, like, because I think there'd be like a, you could only do that once per day per elevator, or it'd have to make the trip and come back. They'd be like,
Are you putting limits on it?
I feel like there has to be, unless there's just unlimited elevators. They just like
Unlimited
respawn. Yeah, then we got respawning elevators. Fuck yeah, let's shoot them bitches in the sky. Let's go.
Okay. Couple facts about elevators. I learned separately, but recently, the closed door button doesn't work. Hasn't worked since like sometime in the mid 90s.
Why?
Whenever they passed the what is it called, like the accessibility shit for disability people. It made it a law that like the door has to stay open long enough for somebody with a disability to be able to get in. So instead of removing the buttons, they just deactivated them because it was cheaper. And then they just stopped putting them in there. If like it was like a newer one, I think. Then I found out a little contradictory here, and like it can go. Like the door to close faster could work if it was like a firefighter or elevator operator that had a key, but like you and I, we're just pressing it. It's a placebo effect. Except for someone also said, totally separately from this, if you hold the door closed, I was saying door closed this whole time, right? That's what I meant, is door closed. If you hold the door close button and your floor and just keep it held down, it'll skip everybody's before yours and go straight to you.
Like straight
to your floor.
So if you're like trying to go from the top floor to the first floor, it'll take you straight down without skipping.
Dropping it without that. I was thinking up, but yeah.
Either
but
way.
Yeah, that was the thing, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. I feel like that would have like been news like a long time ago. And with the information that the door close button has been disabled, unless firefighters like have a key, it's like, well, if that thing is for firefighters, then they're gonna have a key. So you probably need a key for that too.
So if you're pressing it, it's just placebo effect, and you look like a dick. So it's just to show people who's a dick. If you're trying to close it when someone's coming, you're like,
Right.
it's not working.
Yeah.
So don't be a
It's
dick.
illegal. It's illegal for it to work.
Interesting.
That being said, I think every elevator now has one random button. What does it do? Sends Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham straight down to hell. Woo! One-way ticket. Get your boy O.J. Simpson in that elevator. Holla, holla, holla.
I'm booing you right now.
Or a button stops the elevator so you can get your swerve on consensually, but it doesn't show that the elevator stopped. So everybody thinks the elevator's like operating, but it's actually stopped. So you could be operating. You know what I'm saying?
So press a button and you can bang something.
Someone.
Oh, so the person just comes out.
No, it's like
It's just
no. It's like
it's whoever,
you and your lady.
Whoever's in the elevator with you.
If if you caught a vibe.
That sounds like a terrible
I'm trying to
idea.
say. Have you not seen this like
Press
cliche
some
played out
Austin
in movies where they hit the stop on the elevator because they want to like hook up?
like mall rats.
Yeah.
You have a button like some what's it
Except
like
for this one.
Leon
This one is
Phelps,
like,
some ladies man Austin Powers shit where you press a button and it stops.
but it doesn't alert anybody.
Yeah, it lets you. It
None,
lets it
so
think.
none the wiser.
Well, it just says out of service
No.
or in service.
As far as they know, it is on the move,
Oh,
going to other floors. And on every floor, it shows it's at a different floor. But really, it's not anywhere except for making love.
except for the floor of love.
Because don't you think the reason why people don't hold up an elevator and fuck on them more often is because all of a sudden it's like ringing and it's like the fire department's coming or something?
Well, and I mean, they all have cameras in them. So if you're gonna be fucking in an elevator, someone's probably got a video of you fucking in an elevator. Most elevators, depending on where you are, have cameras in them at this point.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm fucking on the I wouldn't fuck on an elevator without a camera.
Oh, without it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I forgot. My bad.
You wait, hold on. You fuck without a camera? Like, what's the RRI on that?
What was it?
Why would you go on a date and not
POI point of or what was he saying?
He was saying what's the return
on investment? No, there's another one where it's point of disinterest, so POD or POI, point of interest.
Wait, what is that?
Like whatever a girl, like if you see a girl and she gives you a look or something, it'd be like that's a point of interest. He was in Israel.
He was a point of like getting like earning interest.
Yeah, like from like a girl. And then some girl was like, "Oh, he's like, oh, that's a POD. It's a point of disinterest. So I'm gonna have to not talk to you anymore. So this is over." Because he tried to grab this girl and she was like, "Don't touch me like that." And he was like, "Whoop, see ya, POD, point of disinterest. So I'm no longer interested." It was wild.
I mean, that sounds semi-normal. She's disinterested. He recognizes it. He moves on.
Mogging hard. That's what they say. I don't know. That's what the kids say. He's mogging. He's maxing. He's look maxing.
I know what the kids are saying, dude. I did. I
wrote the book.
I wouldn't say I wrote the book. I'd say that I
typed the Cliff Notes, and that was published.
No. I'm what the authors write.
Okay. So you're like
I'm too busy mogging to be writing about.
You're like that guy who was like the real life Indiana Jones that they talk about whenever they had adventures. So then Steven Spielberg wrote Indiana Jones like based around an adventure. That makes sense. So you're like the real life Indiana Jones of mogging and maxing.
Okay. I mean, well, maxing, no. Because maxing literally can be applied to anything, good, bad, or indifferent.
True.
I heard somebody say that what were they fucking maxing? Uh, and it was just like, what? Like I don't know. I'm magnesium maxing right now.
Oh, Jesus.
That wasn't that, but it was like my mom tried to tell me magnesium was a mood enhancer.
Well, really? No, it's well, there's different types of magnesium.
That's what she told me. After I told her, what the fuck did you say to me? Magnesium's a mood enhancer?
So they're not all bad. There's different ones.
I didn't know any were bad.
Well, not bad, but some of them might give you like, might give you the runs. There's different types of magnesium.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were for.
Depending on, what you got going on.
Where's the play on MAGA and magnesium that we've been looking for?
I don't know. I haven't thought
I could see
about
some.
that.
I could see some boomer like Chuck Schumer going out there like, we know what we need is from to get rid of MAGA is magnesium.
They can just shit them out. Everyone's like, "Whoa, Chuck, no."
Pulls out his like his personal bottle of magnesium. It's like
milk of
bedazzled,
milk of magnesia, and it's a Stanley
bedazzled
cup.
like Israel flag. Like
Israel, Stanley cup, bedazzled Stanley cup, and he opens it and pours the milk of magnesia in it, and he's like, "It's matcha tea," and then he's
well, milk of magnesia.
that's bad.
Is milk of magnesia the same as
like
magnesium?
Yeah, it's like a laxative. I think it contains magnesium.
Dude, I mean, I just know about the milk of magnesia from Dopey and Menace.
Yeah, whatever he talks about is the white girl. My milk of magnesia.
Insanity, dude.
Oh, what a great character. Yeah. Oh yeah, remind me to pick up my soup from that cheap motherfucker up the street. Dude. It's like we got to stick together. Great movie. You ready for Artie's articles?
Yeah.
Article number 1. It's true. It's a day. This happened a couple days ago, but Senator Lindsey Graham dies at 71 after brief and sudden illness. Donald Trump led tributes to Graham, a leading Republican voice on defense and foreign policy, describing him as a true American patriot. There's him, he called in and he was saying some wild shit over the phone and then turned Lindsey Graham's death into basically promoting the Save America Act. And
yeah. He said that he tried to say that the last thing that they were talking about was how Lindsey Graham was so in support of the Save America Act, which is just like a way to defraud Americans from voting, and that even they suggested that they should name it the Lindsey Graham Save America Act.
Graham died Saturday night from a brief and sudden illness, his office said in a statement. Senator Graham's family appreciates prayers at this time and asks for privacy during the incredibly difficult period, the statement said. President Donald Trump led tribute Sunday to one of the greatest people and senators I have ever known, describing Graham as a true American patriot in a Truth Social post. He later told NBC News Meet the Press that he spoke with Graham on Saturday night, hours before the senator died, adding that other than being tired, he was fine. At the White House, flags were lowered to half staff. In a later post on Truth Social, Trump ordered all American flags must be at half staff until Saturday at 6 p.m.
Literally can't do that. That's not what we do in this country. You can order all the flags on federal property at half staff, but you can't tell Americans what the fuck to do. Did you see West Hollywood lowered their both American flag and their West Hollywood gay pride flag half mast for Lindsay?
That's pretty great.
Yep, that's it's a moving troll.
Graham was chairman of the Senate Budget Committee and was seeking a fifth 6-year Senate term in November. He was one of the most well-known members of the chamber and a key voice within the party on defense and foreign policy. Emergency personnel responded to a call for cardiac arrest at Graham's Capitol Hill home Saturday night. According to the police scanner, audio obtained by NBC News, EMS audio later indicated CPR was in progress. Photographs of the scene obtained by NBC show the paramedics carrying a person on a stretcher from his home. A top staffer at Graham told NBC News early Sunday that there was no indication the lawmaker was feeling unwell prior to his death. He had been scheduled to appear on NBC News Meet the Press on Sunday. He was a frequent guest on that broadcast, appearing a total of 63 times over the years. I mean, it's sad whenever you see anybody die, but Lindsey Graham was a very interesting
Opportunistic,
figure.
full of shit charlatan
Yeah, I
who
mean,
would
he's extremely
who is a closeted
opportunistic.
gay man and hangs out with people who like destroy gay people's lives, takes rights away from them. He is John McCain's best friend. Donald Trump called John McCain not a war hero. I like war heroes who don't get captured. He's a disgrace. And John McCain dies, and then Lindsey Graham just moves over to Trump. January 6th happens. Lindsey Graham says like he's done. That's it. He's down in fucking Mar-a-Lago a week fucking later, dude. Like, no, dude, no. Lindsey Graham stands for all he stands for is like he just wants power, and he's willing to do whatever the fuck, you know. And Meet the Press having him on 63 fucking times is insane. Because all he does is go up there and just like ask, just want another war with like another fucking country. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he was always he was a talking piece in the sense that he had no issues going out there and talking. So he loved to hear himself talk. He loved to
right.
be on TV. So he's like been a big personality in politics on the right for a long time. And yeah, that's where the Lady G nickname comes from, is him like being referred to as Lady G by these multiple male escort companies. There's all this talk of NDAs, all sorts of weird stuff where there's been allegations. I mean, never had a girlfriend, never married, no kids, been in Senate for 25 years. There was always the rumors
could have been a hero. Could have been a fucking hero, dude. But instead, he stayed closeted because he thought that was better for him politically, and it's all about power, dude.
yeah,
Passed bills
not
to fuck over.
not the best guy. He's also, but yeah, he was fresh off a trip to Kyiv in Ukraine where he met with Zelensky on Friday. Lindsey was a true defender of freedom and the values that make our world safer, Zelensky said in a statement. Noted that he had visited Ukraine 10 times during the war. We were on constant dialogue, which I will miss. Adding, in recent weeks, he worked on the important initiatives that could help bring peace closer, including strengthening sanctions against Russia. He was a powerful NATO advocate for America who believed strongly in the NATO alliance and was actively working to bring an end to Russia's war with Ukraine. He was a staunch supporter of war in Ukraine. We'll see what happens. This is a big loss to that side of the aisle, as well as that generation within politics. That's a very influential person for that older generation, the 70s, late 60s, 70s, and you're in your 80s. Lindsey Graham's been like a compass for a lot of those people, and like his stance on shit is their stance on shit. Like that's something that our grandparents would listen to, that our parents listen to. That is normally telling them bullshit. So I don't think it's like a big negative loss for politics, but like I said, I don't ever want to really truly celebrate someone's death.
I don't want to I don't need to celebrate it. But we could just talk truthfully about what he did.
No, I'm
on
not
Earth.
disagreeing with that. Yeah, no, he did a lot of
his sister is taking his spot next week or this week.
No, I know, and he's been trying to prop her up into this position for a while. So it's not a shock because she's getting into politics, got into politics, kind of rode his coattails to get in. So that's not a shock. And Trump was pushing for that. Like, we should do that.
What's her name, Lindsay?
No, I think it starts with a D.
Just kidding. D's nuts. So let me ask you a question though. Lindsey Graham assassinated, but like this is all me. I'm not saying this happened. This is all allegedly, but just like let me just give you a premise. poisoned, assassinated either by Iran or Russia. Coordination of both. The United States knows that. Are they saying something?
I don't think they will say anything. I don't know why they would. If he was over there and got bombed, if he, let's say he got killed in the drone factory bombing that did take place, where lots of people did lose their lives after he left, that would be a bad look. That would definitely be an escalator. Then if he was murked just by Russians, like sitting by a window, drink some tea, any of the things that you could do around some Russian KGB Spetsnaz dudes, and they're going to give you radiation poisoning or something. I mean, I guess it's possible. It's all speculation, but it is weird. He just came back.
I'm just asking you, do you think that the United States government would think it is more or less beneficial to disclose information that a sitting U.S. senator
I think it'd be less
close
beneficial.
to announce that he was just assassinated by Russia?
Or it depends. I think there's a lot of people that would advise against doing it, but I could see Trump using it as a reason to do some wild shit if that
I know, but
did
I don't think
happen.
Trump wants to do some wild shit.
Well, not. I mean, that's just with us. Let's say it's like you're one of those people that are like, they're gonna have massive camps they're gonna put us in, and they're gonna start swooping everybody up. It's gonna be martial law and tanks in every street in every city. This would be an excuse to be able to try to do that or push it more in that direction.
Yeah, I just wonder if they think that by not if that in fact, like, if it was like a state sponsored assassination uh by Iran or Russia or whatever, uh that potentially that's France Ferdinand getting shot, in Austria, and World War I breaking off, it, like, potentially, like, and that's why I think it's so insane, like, that Israel and the United States are just like taking out heads of state, because like could you even fathom, like, a country like back in the day, like, putting on a bounty on the president of the United States' head, like, publicly, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty
Like,
crazy.
yeah, we're like, never are we like, Putin's got a bounty, like that. The International Criminal Court's got a bounty on his head, to get him, bring him in to get for war crimes. But yeah, like, just to be outright like, hey, we have we're going to assassinate you. We're trying to assassinate you openly, and it's because he killed Soleimani, but who was like essentially like, he's a top official, as top of officials you get without being a supreme leader. He's like head
Yeah.
of the IRGC, which I totally supported that. But so like
But now,
then
what if it was a state sponsored, you know, life taking, and it was someone that it was more of a warning and a threat to other people to leave shit alone, because it could, let's say it's Iran, let's say it's Russia, but let's say, what if it's China, what if it's Pakistan, what if it's
no way,
what if it's the Saudis, who knows.
no way. What do you mean? Like, he's their best friend, dude. Like, the Gulf, like, I mean, like, the reason why 9/11 is a conspiracy theory is because either Israel and Saudi Arabia, I think, or both, wanted the United States to fucking come in to the Middle East and do their fighting for them.
What if it was another attempt?
It doesn't make sense. It does make sense Russia because he's such a fucking hawk on Russia, and it does make sense Iran because he's such a fucking hawk on Iran, and those are two active wars
No, I
that
know. I'm
he
just saying. There you
right
go.
right.
But
But at the same time, these motherfuckers are 71, like Mitch McConnell's like 90, whatever. It's like this kind of just what happens to old people. Lindsey Graham did just say, I can't die. This is one of his last words. I can't die now. I need to do the sanctions on Russia. I need to figure out the Iran situation. And then also, like, some, like, third, like, pillar of like the Saudi normal. I don't even know. But, he's, like, worried about, like, getting these, like, foreign policy tasks, like, done. And it's like, well, maybe that's why
yeah, that
you
sounds
don't feel so good, homie.
sound very fucking stressful, man. Article number 2. U.S. House passes bill to make daylight savings time permanent. We talked about this before, and now they've actually voted. The U.S. House voted Tuesday to pass a measure to enact year-round daylight savings time across the country, springing Congress forward into an issue that has long stumped lawmakers and spurred impassioned pleas for parents, farmers, and others with sharply divergent views. It will now head to the Senate for approval before going to the president for his signature. Though the chances in the upper chamber remain unclear, proponents argue it would spare Americans from having to change their clocks, disrupting young child sleep schedules, and arguably causing more seasonal depression. But detractors say it could have economic consequences, particularly for farmers who would have to wrestle with later sunrises. The House voted 308 to 117. Trump has long decried that the semi-annual ritual of Americans changing their clocks through his position on whether the country should have a default standard time or savings time has evolved. He cheered Tuesday's bill, the Sunshine Protection Act, when it advanced out of the House Energy and Commerce Committee in May. Hundreds of millions of dollars are spent every year by people, cities, and states being forced to change their clocks, he said on Truth Social. Most of our clocks fucking do it automatically now. If you use your phone for your alarm, you already either gain or lose the hour. It does it for you.
Yeah.
No,
That's,
when we were kids, I remember not moving your clock and being like, "Oh fuck, I'm up way too early." You'd wake up early and be like, "Huh?" And then you'd be like, "Oh, I get an extra hour? Hell yeah." I'd rather fall back. If we're going to do anything, we should fall back. Get darker earlier.
No, we should spring forward, but just do it on like Monday at like 4 o'clock.
But no one notices. Yeah, because it happens at like, what, 2 a.m.? So I remember
So I'm saying that Monday if we're gonna lose an hour, let's lose fucking 4 to 5 on a Monday.
That was back in the day when I was managing the bars, clubs, and stuff. That would happen. You would be daylight savings night, and it would be fallback, and it would get to closing time, and it would go back an hour, and we would stay open the extra hour.
I try to make a point out of going to the poker room every time because it closes. The one that I go to closes at 3. That really they start closing up like 2:45. So as soon as it gets to 2, extra hour.
Boom.
That's what the real grinder. That's the difference.
Boom. So you're for this?
I actually don't give a shit.
You don't care? This will affect your sleep. It's time that people can stop worrying about the clock. Not to mention all the work and money that is spent on this ridiculous twice yearly production. It will be a very nice win for the Republican Party. Take it, the Post said. Many states ready to embrace the shift. The National Conference of State Legislatures, 19 states have enacted a legislation to switch to year-round daylight savings time if Congress allows it. But the bill also allows states to opt out if they act before it takes effect, which could affect residents of Hawaii, much of Arizona, and various other territories who observe standard time. I'm against it. Keep moving the clocks. I like that. I'm like, oh shit, now I get the extra hour. And you get like 2 or 3 days and you're just like, ooh, this is nice. I like that. And we'll lose that. You'll lose the shift. The shift, you're like, oh, I got to get up earlier. And that sucks. But you're like, damn, I got to be grinding. Shit sucks. Then you hit the winter, gets colder, you fall
Don't
back.
don't like traffic accidents go up and shit? Like,
I don't know about that. Where'd you go? I don't know about
yeah.
that, but yeah, no, I
Also, I
totally.
think there's all sorts of statistics that uh are like anomalies because people are thrown off on their sleep cycle or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I could see farmers being pissed. They should just leave it up. Leave it up to the states.
That's crazier. What do you mean? Like, isn't it just Arizona right now?
No, yeah, I think it's just Arizona. Well, that's what small government, right? They don't want us. Big government doesn't want to tell us what to do. It's against the ghost of Lindsey Graham would be
Yeah, but
horrified.
it's the fucking time.
Yeah, I don't need the federal government telling me what time it is. I'll make up my own mind out here in Texas. Let Texas decide what time it is.
I mean, it
Oh,
used to be like that in this country where it's like there was no like official times. It'd be like people people would be like all fucked up. It's like 13 minutes like later in Chicago than it was like in fucking St. Louis and that was a problem.
no, we'll just be on Central. Just leave it as is.
What about CPT?
That's always you always add an extra 15.
CPT is just constant regardless of
Or
what
is it
kind of time we're
extra
on.
15? It's an extra 15 minutes. But it
No
goes
matter
by
no matter
it
what
goes
standard.
by what like so in the summertime when I'm darker, it pushes to 30 minutes. See, whenever the more melanin, the more 15-minute increments you get in CPT. Everybody knows this. So
And, and,
Wesley
and they're
Snipes could be
increments of
like
15.
Wesley Snipes could be like 3 hours late and he's cool.
What about Lil Wayne and at a
Yeah,
concert?
Lil
Uh,
Wayne's got some rollover CPT time.
No, he doesn't. He wasted it all at the concert I went to. He showed up 3 hours late, came on stage with a guitar and a stool. Suge Knight lurking.
Oh, Suge Knight was there.
Yeah, me and
Suge.
Stick got like fucking like cavity searched
Oh,
when we were walking.
this has got to be before he went back to prison. Cause Suge's in prison now
Yeah,
for
so
murdering
yeah,
that
this,
dude.
this is at the House of Blues in San Diego,
Hmm.
and yeah, dude, they like patted us down like so hard, like I thought I got sexually assaulted, and then like because Wayne's late, we're just like walking around aimlessly, and I just see this massive fucking dude walking towards us, and I'm like, "Yo, is that Suge Knight?" Sticky's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "You think they patted him down as hard as they patted us down?" He goes, "I hope so."
So you don't care. I'm interested in this and to see how it comes out. I hope we leave it as is. Last article. Judd Trump sought to manipulate the judicial process with his IRS lawsuit and attempted $1.8 billion fund. How they're just now realizing that this dude was suing himself. So he was both sides. He's the plaintiff and he's the defendant.
They were saying that as it was going on.
But the fact that it even reached the point where they even tried to settle, like from the jump, I know, but the fact that they even heard the case or even talked to anybody because it was dismissed. But so basically, what came out is there's a judge in Florida, Kathleen Williams, is ordering sanctions for the attorneys involved in the lawsuit, which helped create this now defunct $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund for allies of the president. It was also used to justify a Trump administration order giving the president and his business amnesty for past tax issues. So what they said, and what this judge basically said was, you can't
ever investigate Donald Trump's
well,
taxes from this
well,
date
that's what they agreed.
prior.
Well, that's what him and Blanche agreed to, separate of her. So what? So the timeline is, Donald Trump decided to rescind the case, be like, hey, we're dropping the case, we're walking away. And she's like, yeah, for sure, dismissed, case dismissed. Then after the case was dismissed, they reached a settlement. So Trump reached a settlement with himself, and this was the outcome. So I think there was like 35 lawyers all signed petitions for her to like re-look at this, and when she reopened it, she's tossed the whole thing out and basically said you manipulated the court. You tried to use the court as a way to give legitimacy to this fucked up deal that you gave yourself, which is awesome. And
It
then
has nothing to do with the original reason why we were in court, which was because his tax returns got leaked, and he's suing the IRS for 10 billion. He's like, okay, I don't want the 10 billion, but now you guys can never look into any of my fucking fraud that I've ever committed prior to this moment, and then set up this like slush fund for people who've been weaponized against by the Department of Justice, which is just like
and it was like Blagojevich. It was like all these random
J Sixers.
yeah. So she tossed it out, and the way the language works in her ruling is they're not allowed to mention this in any court proceedings. They're not allowed to talk about this, basically. They can't be in court and try to get this slush fund reactivated or do anything like that and mention the deal that they agreed to. They can't even bring it up, can't talk about it in like courtrooms, legal proceedings, papers. They're not allowed to mention it ever again, basically.
Who's not allowed to?
The administration or the lawyers that are involved. So basically
Like
Trump,
Trump and
so
them.
so
Like it's
Trump
a frivolous case, and you can't
frivolous case, frivolous settlement. So he couldn't
like
go to
reintroduce
court
it,
and try to
appeal it.
reintroduce it. Yeah, he can't appeal it because he's not even allowed to do that.
Because I thought it could have been like there was a settlement where the settlement saying like they can't investigate Trump or any of the Trump entities, for the IRS can't investigate their taxes. So I thought you were gonna say part of that was also that they can't even bring up the
And
fact they try to get
now
a slush fund.
there's sanctions against the lawyers. So that includes Todd Blanche, who's barred from practicing law in New York now. And one of them in Florida, where he's got his confirmation coming up, and he's barred from practicing law temporarily due to sanctions in a
Our
couple
acting
states.
attorney general.
Yeah, or our interim acting attorney general, because he's not confirmed yet.
That's what acting. That's what acting.
No, yeah,
attorney
okay,
general is.
yeah. So he has that coming up. But yeah, there was a bunch of lawyers, and attorney generals who petitioned to have this reopened. Now it all just got tossed.
Dude, this is exactly what that's how we fight this shit. Is you disbar these lawyers and you let them know ahead of time. Like you bring this shit to court, like you're going to get sanctioned, you're gonna get disbarred, it's gonna fuck your career up. So don't do it. And over and over again, they think that like they're gonna, somehow it's like Trump's gonna get away with it. The Supreme Court gave him immunity, but like how many lawyers need to lose their fucking, it's like Rudy Giuliani. Was that not enough for y'all to like realize like this is not great, like to be bringing this shit, like to like destroy your fucking career, like over what?
Yeah. What was it? Sidney Powell.
But then again, like these people are so incompetent and would never be in these like positions, not even close to these positions that they're in, unless Trump was appointing them there. So it's like kind of like that's why he can get them to do like these like things that like normal lawyers wouldn't, because it's like they wouldn't otherwise they're just back in like the fucking
Ambulance chasing or whatever.
public fucking defendant down in Montgomery, Alabama or some shit.
Yeah. John Eastman, there's been a laundry list of lawyers who've
Well, those guys were like like fucking plotting the coup.
Yeah, but they were all over. They were like heavily involved in it. I'm just saying those are examples of lawyers who ended up being disbarred, getting sanctions, having all sorts of stuff swirl around because they chose to go this route.
Right.
Um, so we'll see what happens, but yeah, it's pretty wild that they tossed it out. The wording on it's pretty nuts, calling them out, saying that it's basically just corruption, and that's it's just it's crazy. I was always wondering, like, well, how did they even let this happen? It's because the judge didn't even know that a settlement was agreed upon whenever she dismissed the case.
Exactly. It's like who Trump appointed the IRS, you know, administrate like the head of the IRS, the legal team, and then he's appointed the White House counsel and his legal team, and then he's like, "Y'all figure it out."
So it was
Like
never.
Todd Blanche is an incompetent, stupid son of a bitch who's just a criminal defense lawyer. Lost I mean, I say lost, but I like the second impeachment trial he was like ahead of. Fucking got more votes to convict and Republicans on Republican votes to convict of impeachment than any president in history. Um, way more than half the senators, over half the House. You know, like fucking 7 Republicans voted. You know, Todd Blanche, dude. I remember why I watched that whole fucking thing, and I thought that I like this guy is the cringiest motherfucker ever. And then he has Pam Bondi take his fucking. He thought he was gonna be attorney general, and he's like, nah, Pam Bondi, the fucking beauty pageant, like I don't know, dude. Like she looked like she smoked like fucking like Capris and Virginia Slims like in the womb, like that, like her. You know, she had like she came out looking like 20 years into the tobacco game,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, but everybody in like Tallahassee's like telling her how hot she is.
She's like, you think so? Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, the whole thing is cringe as shit. But I shout out to that judge in Florida for tossing it, putting sanctions on these lawyers, just making things more difficult for them. I guess. Um,
or just not put up, just like
yeah, just
literally
like
just
yeah, but I
following the
mean,
law.
but even let's say let's say Todd Blanche, it makes it a little bit harder for him to get confirmed as Attorney General, or this stops it. Great. Like I don't know if it
I think the
will, but
Epstein files cover up could stop it. That could stop, you know, that could stop it. Um, and let's never forget. So as soon as Pam Bondi got fired, or she's moving to the private sector, right? They didn't even give her one of the bullshit jobs they gave Tulsi Gabbard, or not Tulsi Gabbard, or Christina, you know, the ambassador
Shield
of
of the
the.
Americas.
Right. They didn't even give Pam Bondi that shit. They're like, she's moving up to the private sector. Like, yeah, like someone's gonna hire her for what? Um, uh, but So first thing that Todd Blanche does when he becomes acting, because he was the deputy attorney general, is bring the case against Jim Comey for the 8647 seashells
Yeah,
Instagram post on the beach. Yeah, that was his first move.
cracking down.
And it was just to show Trump, like, hey, I'm like willing to do like
Whatever it takes.
the crazy shit that you know uh, fucking indict the former FBI director for putting up like a seashells in the shapes of numbers on an Instagram post. Meanwhile, Robert Mueller, like you know, the guy who ran that investigation died, and he's like, "Good, I'm glad he's dead."
Oh yeah, that was wild. You got anything else?
Meditate, bitches.
Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, share, flicker, tumble, whatever the fuck. We just appreciate that y'all listen as always. And yeah, just try to stay cool. It's hot as fuck outside. And it's, we got some rain, but it's been scarce out here, dog. Scarce. Everything's like kindling. But you live in California, so you know
No,
all of
we're under severe heat. Like I went out to the like a little bit into the valley. No, I didn't really, not really the valley. Got to 88 to heat dome. Stay inside.
88. It was like 103 the other day, 105 out here.
My sister's out in Phoenix, and the shit's like getting.
Oh, it's like in the
she-
teens.
and they're calling it like not so bad, and then there's the dust storm on its way, but she's about to get hit with her first dust storm. It was like 110 or something, but then thunderstorms came in and took the dust out. Tight.
Shout out.
Shout out thunderstorm.
All right, well, y'all be good. Stay out of trouble. Take care of yourselves. And as always, go love yourselves.
Yeah, shout out.
Back to that.
The Kobe Shack.
Record.